From sunny Southern California, this is the Executive Housekeeper 101 from HousekeepingRehab.com. Here now is your Executive Housekeeper, Abel Josephson.
All right, you're back. The Executive Housekeeper 101, perfect for brand new executive housekeepers, new supervisors, anybody that's, hey, front office managers, anybody that's involved in the management of people that has to have some sort of understanding about who, what, when, and where goes on in housekeeping. I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, so I've told you before about the 3 mysterious secrets of housekeeping. The 3 mysterious secrets of housekeeping are 0 smell, and that's what we're gonna talk about. 0 smell, nothing crooked, and nothing missing. See, that doesn't mention anything about spray and wipe and vacuum cleaner, none of that stuff. But we're engaged in the understanding of the optics that is experienced by a guest when they come into your hotel or resort. A guest doesn't know what they're looking at, but they see it. A guest doesn't know what they're smelling, but they smell it. A guest doesn't know what they don't smell, but they smell it. We've got to get your rooms to 0 smell. How do we get to a 0 smell environment? You know, out of a 200 room or 154 room boutique hotel, you probably got 3 or 4 that always have this smell. But what you don't realize is they all have a smell. And how do you get to that place where a guest room has odor or smell? You know, you have guests come to the front desk, that room smelled a little musty, smelled like mildew, smelled like this, smelled like that. They don't know what they're smelling. When they go into the room, one of the first thing that kicks in, and this is true in any mammal, the nose leads you. And as soon as they open up the door, the nose turns on. The nose does not want to smell anything. When they smell citrus, they don't know it's citrus. They just know it smells funky. It smells like something. So citrus, apples, all this stuff, don't use them because over time they build up in your carpet, your fabrics, your curtains, your drapes, even in the paint on the walls. They build up and over time they biologically stain the room. And then what do? Oh, let's use cinnamon, this new flavor that Ecolab has. Oh, let's use citrus or lime or, you know, whatever. And you combine these fragrances. There's fragrance in your soap. There's fragrance in your deodorizer. There's fragrance in your, carpet shampoo. Over time, you have that going on from housekeeping. All right, so over time, what else do you have? You have guests spraying hairspray every morning. Cologne every morning. Oh yeah, toothpaste. It all has shaving lotions, colognes, perfumes. They all have fragrance. And after a while, they begin to permeate the carpets and fabrics and the countertops. They get into the grout. The worst offender and the worst smell-causing issue is human skin cells, and I'm gonna go deep into that. You might laugh, but I'm telling you, the secret to 0 smell is removing all of the after effects of human skin cells that are shed into the guest rooms, including your employees. Well, it's all about 0 smell. Let's get into it. No matter what you do, you're moving, you're sitting quietly, you're talking, you're walking down a hallway, you're sitting on your couch watching TV. Every time you move, your body sheds human skin cells. It exfoliates itself. So these skin cells are what? They are human flesh. Can you imagine after a year of all these skin cells, or 10 years after, if you don't renovate your hotel, but every 10 years or 5 years, how much human skin cells have deposited themselves in your hallways and in your guest rooms? Now, don't think I'm crazy. Once you figure this out, you figure out a lot on your way to get to 0 smell. So when these skin cells begin to rot or deteriorate, which they must, they are human flesh. They are organic, biological, at one point living cells. When they decay, as they start to build up, in your carpets and all in the fabrics of your furniture, when they decay, they produce methane gas. And you can smell methane gas. Now, let me give you a little bit of history on how powerful the skin cell is to the nose. Skin cells, you never expected that I'd be talking about that. But that's huge, and when you understand it, oh my God, you're gonna be a happier executive housekeeper. You're gonna Quit giving away money at the front desk is what you're gonna do. Okay, here's how skin cells work. You know when somebody breaks out of prison and they let the bloodhounds loose on them? And then right before they let them loose, they'll take some shirt or something the prisoner was wearing and they'll let the dog smell it. It's not the shirt that he's smelling, you understand that, right? It's the skin cells deposited in the shirt. And so here you have this refugee from the law running through the woods and out in the open. You know, he's running, oh my God, they've let the dogs loose on me. And the whole time, especially with this frantic physical running, he is shedding his own skin cells. He's exfoliating as he goes along. The dog smells the skin cells, which is why it's almost impossible to get away from the dog unless you get into water and cross a creek, and that's why they do that. The dogs are smelling the skin cells. Now, if a dog can smell skin cells, so can you, especially in a contained room where these skin cells start to build up over the years, producing smell. And over the course of years, you add the skin cells, you add all the deodorizers and the shampoos and the colognes and the perfumes and all, you know, every different chemical that you have on a maid's cart. Take the lid off, smell it. Whoa, that smells like that. Take this one off. Whoa, that smells totally different. They all have different fragrances in them. So you're spraying all those fragrances plus your deodorizer, which is amped up on perfume. You're spraying all that into a room that is inundated with human skin cells shedding, skin cells that are now deteriorating and decaying and producing methane gas. That's how you get a room that stinks. So first we have to remove all of the perfumes. Any chemical product that has a perfume in it, get rid of it. You've got to get all these fragrances out of your room. Okay, now I want to jump away from the skin cell information. I want to talk to you about exchanging the air in the guest room. Everything that you can smell, you smell it because it's airborne. So it doesn't matter if you spray deodorizer onto surfaces, objects, things in the room, doesn't matter. If somebody smokes in a guest room, you realize it'll stay in that guest room for days. That particulate will just stay and it'll circulate through your air conditioner. Particulates, it's nicotine, it's biological matter, it's organic, and it floats in the air and you can smell it for days. How do you know? Because you change the sheets in the room, they smell good, they don't smell like smoke, but when you walk through the room, you can smell smoke. Why? It's airborne particulates. Learn how to exchange the air in your guest room. Here's what you do. If you do nothing else in your hotel, do this. Go buy one of these little turbine carpet fans. Here, show a picture of it. There's one of those turbine fans. They cost about $250, $300, totally worth it. They put those fans under the carpet and it blows and dries the carpet out. When the carpet's dry, they tack it back down. But you're going to use it to exchange the air in the room. Here's what you do. The first fan you put as far back in the back corner of the room as possible, in a place where air can freely flow from that fan through the room toward the front door. Then you're going to put a second carpet fan in the front door, and you're just going to open up the door wide enough for this fan, the mouth of the fan, to stick out. And you don't want to stick it out in the hall. You just want it just enough of the fan mouth there, and you close the door on it so the air blows out. You point it down, it'll blow at foot level so it's not blowing somebody's skirt up when they walk by. Here's the second step on that. You got your fans in place. If you have a window, it's only got to open this much. It doesn't matter. I just need some venting of fresh air from the outside into the room so it will draw the fresh air into the room as the dirty air is vacated out the front door via the fan. I know what you're going to say. People will complain because they walk down the hall and they could see a fan blowing out of a guest room. In 10 years of using these fans daily in a hotel, I've never had one single complaint. I've never had one single mention. And I don't care if they complain, because what I want is a room with zero smell. The best scenario is to do just the opposite. If you have a room with a patio door, put the fan at the back patio to blow air out of the room, and put the other fan at the front door, open the door enough to get the fan in, and turn the fans on so it'll draw fresh air from the hallway. The main thing that you want to accomplish, however it is you do it, is you vent the room out and you exchange the air in the room. Now let's talk about air exchange. You have to clean the air filters and the coils in your AC units. They are part of the collection device because of that filter. If you don't change your filters, if you have paper filters in an air return above at least once a month, you're gonna have rooms that smell. If you've got those mesh filters in the wall units where you can just pull them up, wash them under the bathtub, clean them out, stick them in, and clean the filter every single time you clean a vacant dirty room and turn it VC or vacant clean. If you don't wash those every single day, you're going to have rooms that smell. You as a housekeeper must clean your AC units. Did you know that? Don't trust and don't wait for maintenance or engineering to come. They'll do it once a year and everybody will say, well, they're supposed to every 90 days, but they don't. Do it yourself. Take responsibility for your own rooms, because if engineering doesn't clean the AC filters and the rooms smell because the filters are nasty, they're gonna blame housekeeping, not engineering. Clean your AC filters, change the air in the room. With those carpet fans, I would have about 6. And every day I had them in the room. If a housekeeper went in and she could smell it, boy, she'd call the houseman, come on down here and bring the fans. And the fans would be blowing while she's cleaning in the room. She'd be exchanging the air. The fans would just be moved around the hotel where they needed to be moved. And plus, if I had a leaky pipe, I had fans. I could dry that room in 45 minutes. I could dry the carpet. Why? Put 3 fans in there like that? Oh my God, you're gonna dry some carpet fast. So it's multi-purpose. All right, so we understand about skin cells and how they produce methane gas and odor. We've learned about how to exchange the air in the guest room, and it is so simple and easy to exchange the air in a smelly guest room. So simple. All right, you got it. Let me move on. All right, finally, I want to talk about this product I've been raving about called Consume. I bought thousands of cases of this stuff. For 150 to 200 rooms, I'd buy 15 to 18 cases. That always left me 3 or 4 cases at the end of the month, so I didn't run out. Consume by Spartan. You have to get it at a commercial cleaning supply house. All right, here's a picture of a brand new bottle of Consume. It already comes labeled. It already comes with its own quart bottle. You can buy it in gallons, you can buy it in quarts. It's best to just buy it in quarts. Consume is an active enzyme. You could take this, a little drop of this, and put it on a slide and put it under a microscope, and you can see the active little live living microorganisms, enzymes swimming around in there. It's a live active biological enzyme. It's harmless. You have the same enzymes in your saliva. Well, speaking of saliva, you can take a piece of hard candy and put it in your mouth. Immediately, the enzymes in your mouth begin to break down the organic matter, the sugars and everything in the candy. You don't have to chew it, you don't have to suck on it, you just hold it in there, and after a little bit of time, it starts to what? Shrink. Why? The enzymes are breaking it down. Your stomach is full of enzymes, and what do? They break down the organic matter in your stomach. Enzymes are everywhere. They are organic, they are harmless. It organically dissolves or consumes organic matter. Deodorizers don't do anything but try to mask it. That's why after somebody throws up in a room, you spray your deodorizer everywhere. It doesn't help you at all. Spray and wipe, refrigerators and clean with it, that sort of thing. Because wherever it is applied, it breaks down films of organic matter, fingerprints, nicotine from cigarettes, skin oils, body fluids. And then on their way out, they would spray the curtains with it, just give it just a good spray your furniture real quick, spray it on the carpet as you exit the room, spray it across your bedding. Consume is water-based. It's not a chemical, it's water-based, and it has no minerals in it. So therefore, it will not leave a mineral stain. Have you ever noticed when you have a leak in the ceiling and it leaves this brown ring after it dries? That's the minerals in the water. This has no minerals, so no staining. So it's safe to spray on everything as you leave the room. And over the course of time, spraying it in the rooms every single day, it begins to have an accumulative effect. It begins to reach down deeper and deeper and consume all of the dead skin cells that we talked about, all the body fluids, all of the spilled drinks, beer, wine, I mentioned body fluids, anything that's of a organic matter. If somebody spills something in the room and makes it smell and you don't know what they did in there, use Consume, you'll get it out. Not only that, when you spray and wipe and do things with it, that rag, when you go to wash it and wring it out in the sink or the bathtub, that enzyme gets in your pipes. And it's, as long as it's wet, it's alive. And then that enzyme starts consuming and breaking down all the organic matter in your pipes. Treat your P-traps with Consume. When the lady's done with the bathroom, she should spray a little Consume around the drain in the bottom of the sink, run a little water, close it, dry it off, and let that Consume sit in the P-trap. It kills the odors and the smell in the P-traps. You should treat your P-traps. So when people are brushing their teeth, they're not smelling the sewer gas. When I turn housekeepers onto this, they want to take it home. Trust me, they don't want to take any of your other cleaning products home. Why? They know they do not work. They don't work. Clean is zero smell is clean. If it smells like something, it's smelled and perceived as dirty by the guest. Now I want to talk about carpet extractors. Bring up the picture of the extractor that everybody has in their hotel. Look at this thing. It's huge. It's a huge piece of machinery. It's heavy. You got to maneuver this thing all in that little guest room and get it around. Not everybody can use it because it's so big. Plus you're going to put 5-6 gallons of water in it. It's going to make it even heavier. You want an extractor with a wand. Show the picture of the wand. That's a wand. You want one that has a wand for upholstery, so you can use it to clean the upholstery. We do deep cleans every single day. We extract carpets every single day. And because we have our carpet blowers that I talked about earlier, we can turn the room in an hour and a half or two. Wow, we have all these carpet dryers. We can dry carpet quick. Always cleaning our drapes, always cleaning our upholstery and our carpets with what? Consume. Also, you want to extract your mattresses. Why we don't clean mattresses, I don't understand. Clean your mattresses. Clean the tops, extract them, get all around in the seam on the top. That's where your bed bugs live. Clean that nasty stuff. And continually rotate your mattresses. You want to have extractors, so if you have a leak in a room, you can extract it. I have seen continually hotels that have water leaks and then let the carpet dry on its own. 3 things produce mildew: darkness, warmth, and moisture, which you have all these things underneath your carpet and within your carpet. They hold heat, for one thing. You have extractors, you can suck that stuff up. You spray Consume on it, so the Consume breaks down the organic matter in the leak, any mildew that's growing, and then you put the carpet fans on it and you dry it dry as a bone. You've got these 3 tools: extractor, Consume, carpet fans, and you will get to zero smell. Do not be lazy. Clean your carpets and your upholstery regularly. Get a program. Make habits. All right, well, that's everything. Exchange the air in the room. Get a solution like Consume that not only deodorizes the room, it breaks down what makes the smells, and it treats your pipes, right? Get a program of extraction. Extract your mattresses, extract your own drapes, extract your upholsteries. And finally, have the tools in case you have an emergency like a water line break. Extract the carpet, treat it with Consume, put the fans on it, and get it dried and turn around the room in the same day. There you go. There's a quick, hard, fast, and easy lesson on zero smell. The guest doesn't know what they're smelling, but they smell it. You gotta have zero smell or you're gonna lose the game.
The hotel and hospitality industry is a type of entertainment and a form of show business. Thanks for visiting the Executive Housekeeper 101 with Abel Josephson from housekeepingrehab.com.